Man-eating is a thing of the distant past, but in fact, it still goes on. Lions in these human occupied areas do occasionally turn to humans as prey. And there was a really serious outbreak of man eating lions in the 1990s and the early 2000s in southern Tanzania. And we were asked by the Tanzanian government to try to find out why that problem was so bad in the southern part of the country and what could be done potentially to help. And so we got the records because whenever a human being is harmed by a large animal like that, there's record keeping. And so even in a poor country like Tanzania, there's records kept by game officers that get back to the central office. And so we were given access to all their data on man eating over this period of time. And we discovered that the man eating really was, well, obviously it was known by the victims themselves and their communities that the most attacks occur at night. And so one of the things that is really exceedingly impressive about lions is their capacity to move around and see things in the dark. And so we're primates and we have really good vision for the daytime, but when it gets dark, we're not very good at seeing anything unless the moon is very bright. And in these rural areas in tropical Africa, the moonlight is super bright at the full moon. And so you can literally read a newspaper outside at the full moon. And so that means that the lions don't have that advantage they usually have over their prey. And so you can see, during a dark night, zebra and wildebeest, they kind of stumble around a bit. They're not, they're very much more vulnerable. And so we found from our studies in the Serengeti that the most of the daytime kills that we would see uh, by the lions were during the time of the full moon because they couldn't catch anything at night. We also found the lions scavenging more around the full moon because again they couldn't get anything at night. And at the new moon, at the darkest times of the year, we could see that the lions we you can sort of use an informal gauge of how fat a lion is by how much he looks like he's just swallowed a watermelon. And the lions had fatter bellies around the new moon, and they were thinner around the full moon. So they can't hunt very successfully. They don't get much to eat around the full moon.